Good Thursday evening, Southwest Arkansas. Welcome back, Southwest Arkansas weather on Thursday, June the 25th, 2026. Taking a look at your evening weather blog. Before we show you the 6-day forecast, which we kind of already had, let's show you what's ongoing currently across the region. A little later of an evening weather blog tonight, we can see some partly cloudy skies there, some blue skies and some clouds off into the distance over the Prescott, Arkansas area. Still 83 degrees, winds out of the south-southwest there at this current time. Looking at radar, we can see across radar right now, there's not a whole lot going on. That severe thunderstorm watch that was in effect is no longer in effect for southwest Arkansas or the northern counties of southwest Arkansas or Arkansas in general. Those storms have stayed to the north of us and look to continue to do so. We'll watch them closely. We'll watch these closely as well and see if they even make their way towards us in the future. We'll watch that closely overnight tonight and see what happens with that. But overall, not expecting much in terms of that. Once again, though, gonna see some dry conditions here in the near future. Though we'll continue to monitor that closely, though, with those rain chances over there in Oklahoma. See what happens with those. Looking at some model data, I just want to look at this briefly here while we're recording this. I will say model data is not perfect. It's not been great here recently, but I just want to see what it does with this cluster here. Maybe some rain tomorrow morning or some isolated showers, but it looks like it should dissipate by tomorrow, and then we should kind of have a drier day ahead. Can't rule out maybe some showers overnight Friday. But overall, drier conditions, your normal hit or miss chances for rain and storms. So, real quickly, let's show you what's happening in the future, though. Why are we seeing a pattern swap as we go into the future? Well, currently, right now, we're kind of still under this influence of this southwesterly flow, or not southwesterly flow, northwesterly flow, and that just helps us bring these systems out of northern or the Midwest towards us, and that's what we've been seeing. When we zoom out here further, you're going to notice a few things. What is this? This is the 500 millibar level heights, and this shows you the winds and stuff of that nature. So, it just updated, but here real quickly, let's put this in motion. What's going to happen this week, pretty much this helps us just get the general overall pattern idea. This helps us kind of drive our major factors in, hey, are we going to see clearer conditions? We're going to see a rainier pattern. Well, that kind of shows us those details. As we go through this weekend, we're going to notice this ridge of high pressure building over us here Sunday. And when we take a look at this, a few things I want to mention here. Here is your ridge of high pressure. You can see that with these black lines, those pressure gradient lines. That shows you kind of like your ridging. It's an upside down U is what I call it. And your troughs are these these U-shaped pressure lines, and you got your low pressure system there, high pressure system here. Ignore that drawing there with that. So that's what that looks like overall. Just a brief overview of that. When you're in these areas of high pressure, you usually see sunnier, clearer, drier conditions. Your troughs are your more active periods, and your low pressure systems and stuff like that. Well, as we go through Sunday, you can see that ridge pretty much stays right over us and kind of slowly maneuvers off towards eastern U.S. by the middle of the week, but we could continue to see dry and warm conditions through next week, more of a summer-like pattern. That doesn't mean we don't have no chances for any rainfall total. You can never rule out a pop-up thunderstorm, something of that nature. But with this ridge overhead and that area of high pressure, when it centers over us, may make it a little harder to get those rain chances. But as it moves a little further east, maybe towards the middle half of next week, you could see potentially a little bit of an increase in those chances for some pop-up showers and storms. We'll watch it closely, though, as we go forward into the future. We'll keep you updated with the latest on that. But enough of that. Let's take a look at the 6-day forecast. Once again, maybe can put in a small chance of rain with partly cloudy skies, but gradually clearing throughout the day on Friday. Mostly cloudy starting out, gradually clearing to mostly sunny skies. Highs in the upper 80s, lower 90s, overnight lows in the 70s there as well. Maybe a 0-10% chance, maybe a hit or miss shower or storm overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. No severe weather expected with that. And then we should see partly cloudy skies turn to mostly sunny to sunny skies on Saturday with highs in the lower 90s and upper 80s. Overnight lows in the 70s once again. Then as we go throughout Sunday and Wednesday of next week, sunny skies are in the forecast with highs slowly climbing into the lower 90s and mid 90s through that time frame. Can't rule out an upper 90 as well. Heat index values will get into the 100-degree mark, nearing the heat index or heat advisory levels and stuff of that nature, with a major heat risk being a possibility there through that future. Overnight lows in the lower 70s, 10% chance of maybe a hit or miss shower there potentially as we go into the Wednesday time frame. There's a look at the heat risk for next week. You can kind of see each day those risks continue to go up some into that red color major risk. That continues to be the look for that there. Maybe some extremes getting into the story there as well. That just takes into effect a lot of different parameters from the CDC and the National Weather Service based on population, general age and all that fun stuff and all those details with that. So that's just a little overview. We start getting hot towards the end of June and beginning of July. As always, that's all we have for the evening weather blog tonight. We want to say big thanks to all of our sponsors. But before we do that, if you're interested in helping us grow our camera network, our Skycam network, feel free to contact us at that email address right there. Get your camera viewed on Arkansas Weather Network and Southwest Arkansas Weather, and your business, your business viewed on those pages where we reach an average of 1 million to 2 million people per month. And then not only that, you can also get your logo put on the HasCam's website that's nationally viewed, and get your website hot linked or wired, or Facebook page wired to that to your logo on that website, where people can click and immediately get sent over to your page. As always, we want to say big thanks to our sponsors for making this possible: Grease Gorilla, Patterson's Credit Union, J&S Auto Supply Bumper to Bumper, Elite Tree Services, Landmark Insurance Agency, and Palmer's Roofing for all they do to help us get this information. If you're in need of any of these things that they provide, feel free to check out our website, Southwest Arkansas Weather, and you can go to the sponsor tab and go directly to their Facebook page, or give them a call directly through our website. So feel free to contact them and check them out if you're in need of any of those things that they can offer you with. Thank you guys very much for trusting us with your source for all things Southwest Arkansas weather. Have a great rest of your Thursday evening. See you back here tomorrow evening for another look at what's in store for the future.